Okay. Impact.
Talon's coming out.
This is Scopos, the new defending operator in Rainbow Six Siege, and this...
Okay, you told me that the operator was attacking. It's a defending operator. You say it was an attack operator. It's a defending operator. Hold on, I'm going back to the Discord to clarify. Jeez, man. I was lied to.
This is
Fucking liar.
Scopos' V10 Pantheon shell.
So that means...
And this is Scopos' other V10 Pantheon shell. That's right, Operation Twin Shells is bringing just that. A defender with 2 remotely controlled robotic operators called shells. Scopos can only actively control 1 shell at a time, and if the active shell is ever eliminated from a match, Scopos will have her connection severed and will effectively be killed that round. Just because she has 2 bodies doesn't mean she's got 2 lives.
Okay.
But the active shell can do anything an operator can: move, shoot, and use secondary gadgets. And while 1 shell is active, the other assumes a crouched position and deploys a bulletproof barrier that acts almost exactly like a deployable shield.
Can you break it?
That while the barrier is bulletproof, it's not explosion-proof.
Okay.
So, a well-placed ash charge, Flores drone, or frag grenade can destroy it and clear the way for attackers to eliminate the shell itself. The inactive shell
the
also
shell counts as
features
a kill?
camera that Scopos and her allies can utilize. When
That's
Scopos
cool.
uses the inactive shell's camera, she can switch shells, provided the shell she's currently controlling has room to deploy its barrier.
Where the fuck did that barrier come from?
This
looks
allows
like Spectre
Scopos
Divide.
to effectively teleport
Wait, hold
between
on.
2 low.
This is literally Spectre Divide, no? Like, Spectre Divide had this kind of thing as well, no? Like, you swap between Spectres, and this operator is literally just a character from Spectre Divide. Except, a bit different.
Locations, making her one of the most mobile operators Siege has ever seen. The twin shells are 2-speed, 2-health operators.
Wait, what gun is that? That's a new gun. What gun is that?
And, as a general rule, the active shell acts as an operator, while the inactive shell acts as a gadget. So, while eliminating the active shell will take out Scopos for the round, destroying the idle shell just means she'll be gadgetless. Now, both shells are electronic, but the active shell does have some defenses that keep it from showing up on IQ's scanner and protect it from being disabled by an EMP. The shells are also mechanical, which means they can't be healed by Doc or Thunderbird, nor can they wear Rook's vests. But they also don't have lungs, so they're immune to Smoke's toxic waves and Fenrir's noxious effects. Countering Scopos is all about severing her.
Right, but the toxic gas is a defensive. The toxic gas is a defensive gadget, and so is Smoke's gas canisters. I understand Smoke's gas canisters can damage you, can run through and blah blah, right? But the visibility thing is still a problem. I don't. Okay.
Her connection to her inactive shell. And while we've talked about how explosions can help, attackers can also use EMPs or Dokevi's hack to prevent Scopos from swapping. Brava's drone can overheat and destroy the idle shell, although Scopos will be alerted to the overload in progress and have time to swap shells to cancel the effect. Be sure to keep an eye on your HUD for alerts that your idle shell is being attacked or notifications that your active shell location is preventing you from swapping. Scopos' strongest allies are those who can protect her shells, like Jaeger, Wamai, Mute, and Mozzie. But make no mistakes, Scopos is plenty dangerous on her own.
Jesus Christ, man. I'm trying to listen to the thing. Oh my god. The soul is nerf.
Be alerted to the overload in. Only the center of the screen will detect gadgets, and the gadget type will be hidden. But she has a new activated ability called Overclock that will refill the sensor's energy gauge and identify detected gadgets across the whole sensor screen. While being identified with overclock, enemy observation tools in Solis's detection range will show a warning on screen that will be visible to the players using those tools. Finally, her Spec IO scan will now last longer and can be accessed with only 25% available energy.
Okay. Okay, that's a decent change for Solis. But I don't get the new character. You can't, you can't heal him. So Echo getting 2 OP actually, calling it the remove. Echo's drone is getting a speed boost, which is a bit weird, but sure, whatever. I hear you. I can see why they would have a speed boost for it, but I don't get the new character.
The way for attackers to
I don't get the new character, so it's a robot, right? So you cannot heal, and you can't heal it with Thunderbird, and you cannot heal him with Doc. Okay, that's fine. 2 armor and 2 speed. Okay, whatever. I don't get it though. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a pretty cool concept. It's a pretty cool concept, which I think Spectre Divide's done that, but they just made some adjustments to it, make it more Siege-like, make it more, you know, Rainbow Six operator style. But the swapping between characters thing, I don't want to say it's just like Spectre Divide, because there are other games out there like it, but in recent times, the only game that at least I know of that has this, like, switching bodies type thing is Spectre Divide, but I don't know, man. I really don't know how I feel about this, to be honest. I feel like them pointing out that, you know, it's a robot, right? So it can be healed, but at the same time, you know, it's a robot, so it has no lungs. Okay, sure, it has no lungs. Okay, that makes sense, of course. But Fenrir gadget, not being able to go through Fenrir's gadget. Okay, first of all, the enemies, your teammates' gadgets don't activate when you go through them, obviously. Unless, you know, they have a Brava and stuff. I guess it's because in case they have Brava or something, the only way for you to actually inhale the Fenrir gadget, right, is either a Brava or an enemy activates one right next to you, which is not really likely at all. And then the smoke gas canister thing, even though, you know, you won't take damage from it, you're still not gonna run in through a gas canister, right? You're still not gonna run in. What do you call it? Because there's very little visibility. Because, you know, yeah, I mean, there's just no visibility when you run in, and besides, right, people now smoke players now or whatever, right? They still go through their own smokes anyway, despite them taking damage, because they take less damage, and sometimes it's worth the risk. Yeah, you know what I mean? People already do that. So having this specific, you know, this character has no lungs type of thing, you know, having this specific characteristic being one of the highlights is just to me it's just not very good. Quite useless, if you ask me. Quite useless, unless they have a Brava, which in that case, sure, but still, you know, I guess Brava's pig rate will increase next season because of this character. I'm not sure. Brava's pig rate is quite high right now, but it might grow even higher in the next season because of this new character, because, you know, actually no, it will grow, sorry, no, not higher, so it will drop. Sorry, what am I talking about? It might drop, actually, because, you know, this character can't be counted by all this shit anyways. And obviously, you know, nobody really pre-places smokes that much anymore. Obviously, there are players who do, there are smoke mains that do pre-place the smokes, but it's quite unlikely that a Brava will actually hack your fucking canister, right? Quite unlikely. So yeah, mainly it's for if a Brava drone manages to get a Fenrir gadget, but, you know, to me, it's quite useless. To me, it's quite useless. I'm not sure how to feel about it. I'm not sure how to feel about the new character. The concept is pretty cool, I guess. You know, having 2-in-1s, you know, if one dies, and then, although to me it doesn't make sense where if one dies and the other one, you know, dies as well. I know that it would be OP, or kind of OP, if you could have another life basically after that. like when you die, you suddenly have another life. But yeah, I don't really see this being that great of an operator, to be honest. I mean, yeah, you have you essentially have a bulletproof camera. That a very obvious, very huge bulletproof camera that acts as a shield as well. Essentially, you have a shield and a bulletproof camera combined, a bulletproof shield and a camera, bulletproof camera combined into one. That's essentially what you have. I'm not so keen on this new operator. Deimos and Ram, right? When Ram was released, I bought the pass to get Ram. The reason why I did that was because Ram had R4C, and it seemed like a new operator that could, you know, do a lot of vertical, and you know, I don't use her that much anymore. But you know, I did use her, and I still do use her very rarely, but I still did use her because, you know, great utility. You can break an entire floor and make so much noise. Very good utility. Deimos, right? I bought the battle pass for because he was just cool to me. In like the lore, he's the main villain and everything. He was just cool to me, and that's why I got him. Now this new character is probably not something that I would buy the battle pass for, to be honest. Doesn't seem worth it. Yeah, it's cool, unique and cool, but it's alright, I guess. Nothing that worth being super hyped up or super excited for. It's a cool concept, yeah. I mean, it's not really a concept anymore. It's coming to the game. It's, you know, it's cool, but that's it. Like, and here's the thing though. If swapping between these like droids, I guess, is androids. So if swapping between them, right, makes like a loud noise, then that's not gonna be very good either. Which I'm gonna assume they will make some noise, obviously, but to be honest, and the animation of them, you know, pulling the thing out and everything, it's just a bit wonky in my opinion. All in all, not that impressed by the new operator. But also, I'm kind of glad that they didn't actually bring the character with the controller, right? I'm glad they didn't bring the controller into the battlefield. I don't really want to see it. I don't really want to fight an operator on a wheelchair. I really don't want to fight an operator in a wheelchair, please. Other than that, this season, I think that the change for Solus is quite nice. It's a it's like a slight nerf, but I think it's alright change. I think it's an alright change, yeah. The Echo Drone is kind of, the Echo Drone speed boost is kind of funny.
Universal buff.
Oh, it's not just Echo Drones, it's just any drones. Okay, drones with speed boost. I think it's kind of funny, but I think I like this change.